The homework Agnieszka gave us was supposed to be about the social housing, but we have a serious shortage of social housing in Montenegro. To be quite precise, we almost don't have it at all. The principle according to which all housing that was newly built was social housing during the time in Yugoslavia is not applied any longer, and none social housing is basically built if it's not some kind of donation of some foreign government or organization and meant to be for refugees from the Yugoslav wars or from really socially disadvantaged people. In terms of having old buildings and then turned into social housing, we do not have examples like this in Montenegro. But we decided to present, we in Expeditio decided to present one of these examples of community effort to do something about the old building they had and to use it in a new way. So here is this building. It's a home of culture. It's something that was quite usual to have not only in every city but in every community during the time of Yugoslavia, but this one even predates the Second World War, and this one it was built at the beginning of 20th century. This is how it looks today, and it has been in this little community for not almost, but over 100 years now. It used to be a bigger community at the time when this was built. Right now it's a village near the city of Tivat, and most of the people who live there don't live there permanently or full-time anymore. It's a really nice place that has a wonderful lookout to the Adriatic Sea, and a lot of people now live in towns of Kotor or Tivat, but come there for the weekends, come there to maybe farm some land, to see their trees and fruits, and mostly so they don't live there full-time anymore. But there is this home of culture, there is a local church, and they decided that it would be really good if they could make it somehow to gather more regularly here. People whose descendants that is come from this area. What happened is that in 2006 they decided to refurbish the house. We don't have the pictures from before, couldn't dig them out in such a short time, but this is how it looked when they were actually dealing with the reconstruction. So they had to do the top floor completely, they had to redo the roof, and that also means the floor under the roof and the installations and everything, so that the house can have a fully contemporary use at this point: electricity, water, everything. Inside there is now a small kitchen. There are rooms that are used for meetings, even for some scientific conferences, for seminars, and there is this really wonderful backyard where people also can gather, eat together, work outside in the nice weather, and etc. Here are some other activities. So this is students' conference that was made in this space, and here is a presentation of a traditional food that was made also by a different group of people. So different groups of people are using it and are using it well. The big hall in the ground floor is also used for musical performances. It's used as a gallery space, and now there is like a cultural summer of Gornja Lastva that is built mostly in this building and around it. So activities are using, for the most part, the premises of the home of culture. The people of the community that came together to do this, they did some fundraising and they were supported by the municipality, so they got some money this way, and they used the work power that they had. So if there is someone who knows how to repair a roof, they took part in it, and if someone knows how to take care of the garden, they took part in it. So this was also kind of a community building process, working towards something that they all can use in the end. It's communally owned. It's everyone. It's not privately owned. So yes, that would be the story.
Thank you.
Was it self-organized, or you had a role in debating and incentive?
It was self-organized. This is one of the examples that was also presented in one of the previous instances of this conference. It was presented by the people who have their NGO that's called Gornja Lastva, and they do a lot of things together, mostly related to organizing events like this and related to keeping the community together and making certain programs, artistic or otherwise, that will draw even more people. So they have their own, let's say, you know, something to present to others in a touristic way, but also in a way of just having the community together and doing cool stuff together.